babes. It's so good to see you again. I go live right here every Thursday in our private Bod Babes group. Tonight, we are going to talk about how would it feel to lose weight and never go on a diet again. I'm serious. This is not some crazy video where I'm going to sell you a bunch of supplements. I'm not going to sell you anything, but I'm going to give you tips that can actually change your life. I've used these tips with my clients over 40. I work with women all over the world, age 40 and up. And these tips have helped them. They've helped me personally. I got fit after the age of 50, for real, and you can too. And I hope that these tips inspire you. First of all, ladies, do diets work? I'm here to say that I have failed at so many diets. I don't even know what number it would be. I have no clue how many diets I have failed at. It's a lot. Have you failed at a diet? Am I the only one here? Ladies, we have gone on some crazy diets. I've gone on some crazy diets. Low carb, gosh, some drops under my tongue and 1 apple a day. Yeah, I did it. Crazy. And you know what? Diets don't work, and here's why. Diets don't work because I was either on a diet or off a diet. How many of you know what I'm talking about? It's like, I'm on a diet, I can't eat that. I'm on a diet, I can't eat that. And guess what? And when I wasn't on a diet, I was on a seafood diet. Like, what do you feel like eating tonight? Oh, well, this sounds good. You know, I had no goal other than what sounds good tonight. You know, and so diets don't really work. But I'm going to tell you what works. Building a lifestyle that gets you to your goals and allows you to enjoy the journey. Oh my gosh, that is what works, right? A lifestyle where you can get to your goal, but not feel so restricted that you can't have ice cream ever again, you can't have any bread again, you can't have pizza, you can't have cake, you can't have a cinnamon roll. Okay, telling you what you can't have is not going to work. So we need to build a lifestyle. And with my clients, here's how I have done it. Tip number 1 is this. It's so good to have you guys, by the way. Tip number 1 is this. Restrict your eating times. And what it does, you know, without having to count calories and all of that, restricting your eating time, some people call it intermittent fasting, is a great thing in a lot of ways. Because you have less time during the day which you're eating, which usually cuts down on your calories naturally. So that would be the first place I would go, would be to, like, you know, if you don't want to count calories and everything and you want to start losing the weight, that is tip number 1. Just start restricting your eating hours. Maybe you eat between the hours of 8 and 6 or something like that. You know, that you start maybe with a bigger window and you move that window down. And what it automatically does, it restricts your calories, unless you're going hog wild in those eating window calories, right? But usually most of us are at work, or we're doing something where it keeps us moving and we're just not able to sit down and eat 5 plates of something, right? And so restrict your eating hours or intermittent fast. That's number 1. Number 2, don't underestimate your physical activity, okay? And I'm not talking about going to the gym here, because so many of us say, well, I've got to get in shape, I need to go to the gym. And while I go to the gym a lot, that is a great thing to do. It's a wonderful thing to do. But we underestimate our movement throughout every day. The first thing that I would focus on as far as physical activity would be my daily steps. You know what? How many steps am I getting a day? If I'm only getting 1,000 steps a day, or 1,500 or 3,000 steps a day, I would up that and I would say, oh my gosh, okay, so I want to lose some weight. I don't want to go on a real diet. I want to change my lifestyle. I would cut my calories down by cutting my eating window down. That was tip number 1. Number 2, I would just move more. I would look at my steps on my phone and say, oh my gosh, okay, let's see if I can up my steps by like 2,000 steps a day, right? And I would do that and make sure that I'm getting more activity in every day. And you know what? You'll be burning extra calories. And here's the thing, going to the gym just 3 times a week and sitting around the rest of the time, you know, maybe your job requires you to sit at a desk or you don't move a lot and you're not getting a lot of movement during the day, you're really still sedentary. And that's so hard for us women to hear. You know, you're not moving a lot. And so what you want to do is you want to make sure you get those steps in, okay? So going to the gym 3 times a week for 45 minutes each time is still not a lot of movement during the week. You got to think about how many hours are in a week, and that's how many hours? Not very many. So you want to move every single day. So start watching those steps, bring them up by 2,000 or 3,000, and just start moving more. And then when that feels easy for you, bring them up again, right? So that would be number 2. Number 3 is have an accountability partner. Somebody who, whenever you put your goals out there, like I'm gonna make sure I get more movement in and all this stuff, have somebody to do it with you. Somebody that doesn't drag you down though. You know, somebody that goes, oh, we're going to the gym again today. You don't want those kind of people to be your accountability partner. You want somebody that's as motivated as you, right? How many of us have had unmotivated accountability partners? I have. It has been awful. Oh my gosh. Did not work. It drugged me down. I was thinking, oh my gosh, how am I going to ditch her? She is driving me crazy. And so you need somebody at least as fired up as you, and maybe even more so. If they're more fired up than you are, that's great, because then you got to keep up. You know, you don't want to be the slacker at the gym, and you don't want to be the slacker on your steps or watching your calories, you know, all that kind of stuff. You want to have somebody that pulls you, makes you step up your game, right? So that's a really good thing to do. Now listen, those are hard to find. So an even better thing to do would be hire a coach. That's what I do, right? I coach women all over the world. I'm their accountability partner, and better yet, I'm where they want to go. So I know how to get them where I am because I've been there. I've walked the journey so I can lay it out for them, right? And so I love that part of my job. Well, it took me years to learn and understand, and oh my gosh, failure and failure and failure, trying to learn what was right for our bodies over the age of 40, because I got fit after 50, right? And so for me, it was just this learning process that was very hard, trial and error. And for my clients, I get to teach them what to do and how to do it. And so that's really cool. So hire a coach, that's another great tip. Let's see, I had something in here I wanted to ask you guys. Accountability partner. Let's see, hold on one second. What was it? Cut out the sugar would be my 4th tip. Cut out the sugar is my 4th tip. And I wanted to ask you guys, what would be the first thing you would cut out? Tell me below. I'd love to hear it. I have heard women that say, hey, I'm just going to cut sodas, or I'm going to cut juice, you know. That is a great place to start. Because remember, we're going for the lifestyle thing. We're not going for you can't have all of this food. And what happens is when you come off of that diet, then you go right back to your old eating patterns, right? Your old eating patterns are what made you have to go on the diet. So we don't want to go back to that. That doesn't make sense. What we want to do, again, is these goals right here are for building out a lifestyle of success where you change your patterns, and those patterns give you the changes that you want in your body. So what would be the first thing that you would cut out if you said, hey, let me look at my diet, you know? What can I cut out that I'm not going to miss so much? Let me know what that is. Or what would you cut back on? What would be one of those things? Like I said, for most people, it's like, oh my gosh, I got to cut the soda back, or I'm going to cut the soda out. And that is very, very helpful. And that is a good way to think about this. If we're building a lifestyle, then we got to think not complete restriction, because it doesn't work. We've all tried it. But we've got to think about, how do I make this something that is sustainable for me? Tip number 5 is this: eat at home more often. Because I'm going to tell you, those restaurants, they put so much stuff in there, butter on everything. Everything is covered in calories. They want to make it taste good. They want to keep you coming back. And that is awesome because they want to do business, right? But it's not awesome for our calorie intake. So the more you eat at home and you're able to prepare your own food or take your lunch to work, those types of things are going to save you so many calories. And that's easy to do because then you know what's in your food, right? And so that is a great place to start. Or when you go out, then you kind of customize your meals. Now, that's a little bit harder. And I do that. I'll sit down with a menu and I'll say, okay, I want this. Let's say I order like this. I'll order like, okay, can I have the top sirloin steak, medium rare, no butter on it? Can I have some broccoli on the side? Please, steamed broccoli, no butter on that. And so I'm ordering in my own way. Now, here's the thing. Do they always get it right? No. And do they think I'm a pain in the rear end? Yes, they think I'm a pain in the rear end. And hopefully they don't spit in my food, right? And so you can do that when you go and order out. But know that they're still going to mess it up. And I'm not going to send it back 5 times. I'm just not going to do that. If they put butter all over my broccoli and it's one of the things I can live with it. I'll eat at that time, or maybe I'll eat less broccoli, right? That's just me. So if you can eat more at home, you're going to save yourself a whole lot of calories. So do that. That was tip number 5. Number 6. Tip number 6 is this. Buy smaller plates. And I used to think that was a bunch of bull crap. I thought, yeah, smaller plates aren't going to make me eat less. And guess what? They do. There was something about how I had these big square plates, and there was something about putting what seemed like a little bit of food in the middle of these big plates. I felt so deprived. And when I got smaller plates, I didn't have to have so much food on them, and they were more full, and I was fine. I didn't have that mentality as like, oh my God, I don't have very much food on this plate, And so it really helped me to get smaller plates. I had the biggest plates in the world. My son now has them. I gave them away, and I have smaller plates. And, I automatically eat less calories without even thinking about it. So that was tip number 6. Tip number 7 is the closer you get to your goal, the harder it's going to become. Oh my gosh, that is so true. So don't get frustrated and think it's not working for me. And you know what? It is. But the closer you get to your goal, here's what happens. Let's say you had 50 to 75 pounds to lose in the beginning. And in the beginning, it comes off pretty fast. It really does. But here's the thing. You got to think about, I'm carrying around with me every day 50 to 75 pounds. So just to even sit down and burn calories during the day, it takes more to make your organs work, right? Because you're carrying around a lot of weight. If you don't believe me, just go get a 20-pound backpack and put it on your back and wear it all day. Whew, girl, you will be exhausted. And I'm telling you. And so getting even 20 pounds off, 10 pounds off your body, it brings down your body from burning so many calories. So if you're carrying stuff around, like we're lifting weights in the gym, we're going to burn more calories, right? Same thing if you're carrying all that extra weight around, you're going to burn more calories. You have to expend more energy to carry all that around. So when you start getting lighter weight, guess what? You don't burn as many calories doing the same activities. And so it becomes the closer you get to your goal, and the closer you get to your goal, the harder it becomes. Yikes. But then you really have to stick with it. So those last 10 pounds, 15 pounds, 5 pounds, holy cow, they were hard for me to get off. It really was. That was like, that was so hard. Now, when I had 45 pounds to lose, it was easy to lose 10, 15, 20. But when I got down to just a few pounds to lose, whoa, it was intense. And there's a reason not many people get there, because it requires consistency. Don't give up. Keep going, keep moving forward. So here's the thing. I hope these tips helped you. If you're coming on late, which most of you did, I want you to go back and listen to this video. And also, I am going to, some of you don't know very much about me, but here's the thing. You probably wonder, so I have women ask me all the time, Allie, you've been in shape all your life? No, I got in shape after the age of 51 while going through menopause. I work with women over the age of 40 all over the world, and they do the same. So the transformation pictures you see in my clients, those women are over 40. Most of them are over 50. And I have women in their 70s that I work with. And guess what? They're still transforming their bodies, and you can too. I hear so many of you say, Allie, you really inspire me, and thank you for those words. That means a lot to me. I'm glad that I inspire you because I want you to believe that you can do this, because you truthfully can. If I did it, I don't have special genetics, I lost 45 pounds, got in the best shape of my life after the age of 51. If I did it and my clients are doing it, you can do it too. So I want you to inspire you for sure. I want you to believe that you truthfully can do this, but I want you to take action. Don't just listen to the tips and not take action. Become inspired to change your life and go for it. I had a client sign up the other day, and she said to me one thing, and it resonated so clearly with me. She said, Allie, I've been watching you for the last year. And she said, I reached out to you about a year ago. And she said, and today I look back on my messages and I thought, oh my gosh, if I would have started with Allie a year ago, I wonder where I would be today. She probably would be to her goal, I'm sure, right? And so I did the same thing. I procrastinated and I put it off because I thought it's going to be too hard. It's not going to work for me. I guessed that it wouldn't work for me, and the thing of it was, it did. I could have been to my goal years ago had I believed and had I learned from someone, right? I've done it. My clients are doing it. You can do it. Believe in it. Believe you can. I understand it's so confusing. There is so much misinformation out there. Really, your diet is so simple. It really is so simple. You just got to figure it out. And that's what me and my clients do. Thank you, Laura, for those hearts and all that and saying Allie is amazing. Yes, I coach Laura. She's on here and she is an amazing client. She's doing a great job. And my clients, I'm so proud of all of them. And I know you've seen their transformation pictures, but that's enough about that. So I am so glad I inspire you, but take the things I teach you and run with it. Take it and run with it, okay? And get it done. And if you need a coach, that's what I'm over here to do. I'm over here to help you, to teach you what I know so that you can go much faster and don't have all that trial and error that I had, right? That's what I love about what I get to do. So if you want to see my transformation of where I came from and the process of me transforming my life and my body, I want you to click like below. And if you do, I'm going to make sure you get that video because it will inspire you. And like I said, I want to inspire you to believe in your journey, to believe in yourself, that you can do it, that it's just not some far-fetched dream, that you can actually do this. And if you see where I came from, gosh, I hope it inspires you enough to get up and take charge of your life. So give this video a like, and I'll make sure you get that video next. I think it will really touch you. And you know what? I need to sign off because our minutes are getting late, but I am Allie, the founder of Bod Babes. I work with women over 40 all over the world. You'll see a lot of their transformations here. You'll see transformations at bodbabes.com, BODBABES.com. There's a few of them on there. Check it out. And maybe, just maybe, if you believe in yourself, come on, girl. Come on, you can do it. I believe in you. Let's get you to be the next transformation on that site. And you might say, that will never happen. And I'll tell you what, so many of my clients have said that in the past. That'll never happen. And I'm going to tell you, about 3 months in, about 6 months in, they're going, Allie, you can put me on the website if you want to. I knew it, girl. I want you to be next, all right? Y'all have a great Thursday night. I do these videos live every single week. And you know what? I hope they inspire you and touch you and help you on your journey. Have a great night, and I'll see you next week.